everybody, it's Lauren Brown, also known as Raggedy Royal on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and now YouTube. Today we're going to be doing this one eyeshadow, pink eyeshadow look. A while ago I asked you guys, hey, when I make an eyeshadow tutorial, I just think that nobody wants to see me do it in all different colors because they're gonna be like, this is repetitive. Like, we already get it, we already know how to do it, we already know how to do the steps. We don't care about doing it in different colors. I was wrong. You guys quickly told me in the comments that I was wrong. So here I am doing this one eyeshadow look once again, but now with pink. We did red last year for Valentine's Day, and this Valentine's Day we're doing the pink one. If you enjoyed this video at any point along the way, please give this video a like and consider subscribing down below. We're almost at 50,000 subscribers, and let's get right into the video. Okay, so we're starting with the eyes already primed. I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow primer per always. I want to use a light primer because I want the pink to really pop, right? And when the eyeshadow primer is white, think about coloring on a white piece of paper, it will just get the most true tone, true to pan color like we have here. Speaking of true to pan, this is what we're going to be using today. We're going to be using the Sugar Pill single eyeshadow right here, just this pink one. I'll put the name on the screen. I can't see it because it's in this palette, but that's what we're going to be using today. Now it's time for the brush crash course. You can use one eyeshadow in different brushes and it will give you a different look, a different blend every single time depending on which brush you use. So here is the rule for this. Here's how to just kind of figure out where each brush goes and what impact it's going to give. So as you go up the eye towards the brow, you're going to be using fluffier brushes. So the fluffiest brush, you're going to be blending, diffusing up towards the brow. Then as you go down towards the crease or down towards the lash line, down towards here, you're going to go down the brushes, right? So what is changing from brush to brush is that the brush bristles are more densely packed. So it is thinner, so it's less fluffy. These brush bristles are not as densely packed as these. That's why this brush is skinnier, less fluffy, thinner, and so on and so forth. And then the flat brush you will use on the lid, which is going to be the lowest on the eye. So that's just your crash course with the brushes, and you'll see them in action in just a few seconds. I'm going to start with this one here, which is our second fluffiest, and this is the XO Cosmetics 108 brush. I'm going to go into our shade. Starting with that second fluffiest brush, I'm going to go in towards the crease. And where's your crease? That's about halfway from your brow bone to your lash line. When you open your eye and go look down, that's that flat, that's that fold, that's your crease. We're not cutting the crease today, but it is a good place just to kind of tell you where to put this on the eye. So I'm going to start in the middle of that crease. And I'm just using small circular motions. And I'm going to blend it all the way across the crease. So from the outer corner out towards the ear, towards the inner corner, which is where your tear duct is. I'm just going to be blending. And this is just going to place that pink. Since it is a little bit bright, I didn't want to start with the fluffiest brush and start diffusing. I feel like it would be easier to put the color down and then diffuse from there. Doing the same on the other eye. And this is just placing that shadow, just like every other eyeshadow tutorial that I do, which by the way, I do a lot of eyeshadow tutorials. You should, you know, stick around. I do this sort of thing all the time. You will never ever in a Raggedy Royal tutorial place a shadow just once and never go back and blend it out. So we're going to redo that step later, but I want to place that pink just so that we can kind of get a grasp on how dark it is, how bright it is, and then we're going to blend from there. So I'm going to take this. Just kidding. This does not have a name. And I knew that. This is my BH Cosmetics brush. I've had it since middle school. Love her so much. You can use a fluffy brush. You don't have to use the exact same brush as me. You also don't have to use the exact same eyeshadow as me. Any color comparable will do, or any color period will do. The same technique and the same tools work with any color that you want to use, or any eyeshadow you want to use. I'm going to take that and I'm going to start towards the inner corner this time. And I'm blending all the way up to the brow bone. So you can see, even though we use the exact same eyeshadow and we're using the exact same circular motions, this brush is giving a lighter, more diffused outcome, as you can see. And we didn't switch to a light pink or anything like that. Nope. It's just when the brush is fluffier, it can diffuse better. It's a diffuser brush. And we're going to blend all the way up to the brow bone. That is a constant question when I show people what eyeshadow primer I use. It's like, oh my gosh, but can't you see the white? You can't see the white because we are blending all the way up to the brow. It's looking like a little bit brown. Is my brush dirty? Well, or it might be. Let's just add some more pink. Here we go. Ah! Okay, let's do the same on the other eye. Okay, well, that was a lot, but it's okay because we're gonna blend it out and diffuse it. That's actually one of my personal makeup pet peeves. And when I say pet peeve, it's a pet peeve for my makeup routine. Like, I don't want to have a pet peeve for other people's makeup routine. But when this part of my makeup, this happens all the time. It's like too white, and like I don't cover this part, I don't blend it out, and it looks so crazy. So I always try to make sure I pay extra attention to that section of the eye. I always tell people that's the best way to know what makeup thing you want to improve on, is to always, whenever you take pictures, the thing that bothers you, the thing that you always edit out or you always want to edit out, that's a good way to, you know, improve during the routine, because you're like, oh, let me just save myself the time. Because I'm like, I know I'm going to want to have to like put a matte tool to that. It's looking crazy, but that's okay. We're about to. So I'm going to go back in with that second fluffiest brush, and I'm going to just do the exact same step we just did the first time, blending it into the crease. As you can see, it started to darken up. It's way less diffused than the big fluffy brush. Okay, now we're going in with the third fluffiest brush. So once again, just to show you, this brush is more tapered. This is a Morphe M433. And so because it is more tapered, you know we're going to use it down towards that crease. Same exact eyeshadow. I must keep showing you. Same exact, there's not even another pink eyeshadow in here. Same exact eyeshadow, and why we're going to add it to the crease. And you can just see the difference here and here. And don't be afraid to pack it on. That's what's going to add dimension. Just because we're using one eyeshadow, that doesn't mean that it has to look like we took one eyeshadow and just drug it across the lid with 2 fingers. You know, it can still have dimension. That's the entire point of changing up the brush. I'm going back in, just blending out all those edges. I love pink eyeshadow for a lot of reasons, but mostly because you can blend it right onto that face. And to be fair, if you watch another tutorial of mine, you're probably like, girl, you blend all the eyeshadows onto the face. Yes, but the pink just makes it, you know, societally acceptable. This is what people always do with pink. Blend it right into that blush. Making sure there's no harsh edges with this big diffuser brush. See, that's the thing about a diffuser brush. It doesn't pack on the color so much that you have to be scared about using it. You know what I mean? You're not like, oh man, if I put this in the wrong, it eliminates the fear, because you know it's just going to diffuse it. It's not so powerful that it can, you know, ruin the eyeshadow. I'm just going back in and repeating those steps until I am satisfied. So maybe you're saying, okay, I feel like there's a disconnect. There is a lot of diffused pink up top and then a big line from where I put the darker pink. Well, if I say darker pink, the more opaque pink with the taper brush. Go back in with that middle brush. Maybe you're saying, okay, I feel like the pink is not, you know, developed enough. I feel like it's not adding enough depth. It just kind of looks one note. I'm gonna go back in with that super taper brush. Maybe you're like, it looks it looks bold, it looks there, but it doesn't look blended out up towards the brow bone. You're gonna go in with that fluffy brush. Oh yes, I hope that, and always my hope is that I'm explaining it well enough that if you find a problem that even I didn't, you know, describe, you can kind of reverse engineer what I said and say, oh, well, she did say that this is for this, so that means that if this is a problem, then, you know, I hope that you could figure that out. And I thank you all for all your comments that you leave down below where you're like, this did help me, like, I do understand, because that's my goal. Okay, now I'm going to go with this flat brush. This is a ColourPop E18, just because I don't want to be too powdery, because when the eyeshadow is too powdery, you have too much fallout, then it's going to get all over your base, and we don't want that. I'm adding that right to the lid. Other eye. And I'm going up into the crease as well. just because I don't want it to look disconnected. And it's so crazy because as you can see, as I'm applying it to the lid, it's the exact same. I cannot stress this enough. The exact same eyeshadow, but as you can see, it looks a little bit different with this flat brush and going onto the lid. Okay, so I'm using that taper brush to blend out the edges, you know, to make it all look harmonious. Now, as I look at myself in the mirror, I think, you know what you could put on top of this? A gloss. If you want to know how to put on a glossy eye, guess what? I already got you. Not only do I already have you with the glossy eye tutorial, I have you with a glossy eye tutorial that is also hot pink from Valentine's 2022, so you can check that out. 2023, so you can check that out. I also, I'm thinking, what if I put a shimmer on top? Don't worry, I have a video for you of how I put a shimmer on top with bubblegum pink eyeshadow look. So if you're just looking at it, you're like, the possibilities are endless. You're absolutely right. And I'm thinking just like you. You could add anything on top. You could add leopard print. I just did a pink with leopard print on top in the shorts. So yes. Okay, now that I feel like this is blended out to my liking, we're gonna do some blush on the side. So I'm not even gonna worry too much about that. Let's go to the waterline. So last year when I did this in red, I did a red waterline. So I'm going to do a pink waterline. This is the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in Jubilee. I'm not even sure if they still have this. I know they still have a hot pink, but I'm not sure if they still have this gel liner. But I love their color gel liners. And I'm going to go into the waterline. Usually I use a craft brush, but because this is so small, and because I don't care about it smudging on the lower lash line, because it's all one color, I'm going to just use the pencil right there. And I'm not sticking the pencil too far close to my eye. That's scary and dangerous. But if you want to know more about the waterline, don't worry. I have a video for you. Waterline 101. I personally love the way my eyes look with red or pink in the waterline. Like, I would say it makes you look a little sickly when you take your makeup off, but I kind of live for it. Okay, now I'm going to go back in with that small flat brush. Why pull out more brush from a few brush to trick? And I'm going to just go onto that lower lash line with that pink eyeshadow. There's going to be a little bit of fallout. There's always going to be a little bit of fallout, but I'm not going to worry myself too much about it, especially because it's pink and we're about to turn this blush up a notch. I'm going to go in with that fluffy brush and just kind of blend that out on the bottom. Yes. Now this is not necessary, which is why I'm still going to count this as a one eyeshadow look. It's not necessary, but if you want, you could take a little bit of that white, or you could take a little bit of concealer. You could take anything that's light and just put that in the inner corner, simply to break that up a little bit, and because I just always do. But it is not necessary because I'm real big on like titles being accurate. And things being accurate, because you could do this with one eyeshadow. You could just use a little concealer right here, but since I already done my face, adding a little concealer and setting powder right there would just make a texture mess. There we go. Just a little. Just a little. Okay, now I'm going to go put on my lashes. If you want to know how to put on lashes, don't worry. I have two tutorials for you. I have a new tutorial where I show my tips and tricks for putting on lashes even quicker. So I'm going to add just a little line of black line and add that lash right on top. I also have how I apply lashes traditionally. Don't worry. I'm going to be right back, and we are going to just put a little bit more blush on and really finish this outer section. Okay, so the lashes are on. I'm wearing the Kiss Lash Drip in You Do You. Now, let's get to the blush. I'm going to take this Colored Rain Medium Dome Powder Brush. It's a big blush brush. I'm going to go right into that eyeshadow, okay? But not too much. I'm going to go on the back of my hand just a little bit because this is a powerful blush. Now what I'm going to do is just blend it out towards the ear and really just make everything harmonious on the face. I do this literally all the time for every eyeshadow look, but I feel like it really does make a difference. I'm also using a little bit of ColourPop Flamingo. This is just a really light blush that I have broken recently. I don't break all my makeup, guys. I do use it all, which is why the eyeshadow primer is cut open, but I don't break it all. It goes a lot of places. It gets a lot of wear and tear. Anyways, I'm going to put that on the apple of the cheek. And then I'm going to go back into that eyeshadow and hit that nose. and then the foreheads. Well, the temples on the forehead. Okay, so there is the one eyeshadow look in pink. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to, subscribe down below. We're almost 50,000 subscribers. And guess what? Like I said, I do this all the time. If you want to see how I did my red one eyeshadow look, there is a tutorial that will come up. Why am I pointing down? There's a tutorial that will come up in the cards. I have a lot of other eyeshadow tutorials, whether you want to do a one eyeshadow tutorial in red or orange, something with glitter. I have cut crease, something soft glam, something brown, something rainbow. I have everything. I have everything, okay? Smoky, I have that. So you can stick on this channel a little while longer. Maybe watch another tutorial or two. If you did enjoy this video, please consider subscribing down below. We're almost 50,000 subscribers. And giving this video a like because that helps. Also, if you want to see more of my looks, more of my life, you can check me out on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, all at Raggedy World, the same way it's spelled down below. And in the shorts tab, we do way more looks over there. If you recreate this look, please tag me on one of those socials. I would love, love, love to see it. Maybe you don't post. You can always DM it to me. I would love to see it. I love seeing recreations. And let me know down below what you're going to wear for Valentine's Day on your face or on your body, Or if you're watching this any other time of year, please let me know where you're going to wear it. I love when y'all say, oh, I have a baby shower. I have a Super Bowl party. I have a this. I have a that. And this is perfect for my graduate. I just love that. So I will see you in my next video. And yeah, have a great Valentine's Day.